Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for April 10th. April 10th is the 100th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 101st in leap years, with 265 days remaining to the end of the year. Today is National Siblings Day, so if you have any brothers or sisters, be sure to tell them Happy Siblings Day. I have a couple of sisters who are both a bit more pious and less renegade than I am. So whenever one of them is a little spicy, it can be pretty funny. That said, my youngest sister called me the other day after the eclipse and asked how it was, since we were in the Totality Band here in Fort Worth, and then asked if I'd been carried away in the rapture. Not this time, I said. How about you? She said, I don't think so, unless we're in heaven already. National Siblings Day. Today's word is impetuous. Impetuous is an adjective that means marked by impulsive vehemence or passion, such as an impetuous temperament, or marked by force and violence of movement or action, such as an impetuous wind. This is certainly the time of year for impetuous winds, by the way. Hello, spring. The word impetuous comes from Middle English, Anglo-French before that, and ultimately from Latin, a word that means driving force. First known use of the word impetuous is in the 1300s. Impetuous. Remember, if you have a word you'd like us to examine in this Word of the Day segment, drop it in the comments. We'll take a look at it. And with that, we've talked about Halley's Comet before. It comes around about every 75 to 79 years plus or minus. It's been estimated that Halley's Comet made its closest approach to Earth on April 10th in the year 837. How close, you ask? Researchers estimate that Halley's Comet came about 2.3 million miles or 5.1 million kilometers from Earth at that time. Big Ben is the nickname for the great bell of the clock of Westminster, although many of us, I think, consider the entire clock and tower as Big Ben. I'm not from there, though, so uh, anyway around it, Big Ben, the bell, is one seriously huge bell. They had to take a couple runs at making that bell. The first bell was cast while they were building the tower, and the old darling cracked while it was being tested, so they had to make another one. The second bell was cast on April 10th, 1858, at Whitechapel Bell's Foundry. That second bell was cast slightly smaller, and by slightly smaller, I mean the original bell was about 16 tons, and the recast bell was a little over 15 tons. Now, if a ton is 2,000 pounds, we're talking about over 30,000 pounds of metal. A little heavier than 4 2021 Dodge Ram 3500 pickup trucks. I just can't let April 10th slide by without mentioning the book Alcoholics Anonymous was first published on April 10th, 1939. It contains a description of the methods that the first 100 members used to get sober and stay that way for at least a year, and they intended it to be used as a guide for others along with personal stories of AA members. Affectionately known as the Big Book among AA members, it's often used in meetings as a source of inspiration and guidance for recovering alcoholics. Still in publication and currently in its 4th edition, the Big Book is available in over 70 languages and also available online and is in use all over the world. And we've been making these episodes for a while, so if you'd like to see what I might have talked about in a previous year for April 10th, I'll leave a link to one of those for you, just in case you'd like to check that out. Today's song is I'm Telling You Now by Freddie and the Dreamers. Written by Freddie Garrity and Mitch Murray, this song was originally released in the UK in 1963 and then in the US in 1965. The song hit number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 on April 10th, 1965, and held that spot for 2 weeks. The wild marionette dance that Freddie and the Dreamers did in their live performances came to be called the Freddie and became a minor dance fad. I'm Telling You Now by Freddie and the Dreamers, number 1, April 10th, 1965. Link in the description. Alrighty, thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That description lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page that's called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. This is the birthday.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
I wasn't talking to you. And from the Life is What Happens When You Make Other Plans department. Oh, where's your microphone? Oh, get your microphone. What is it with you and this microphone? Okay, here we go. Maybe we could get a little camera back up there again. Right there. Little bitty tiny camera. Make it small right there. You're here with me live this morning as I stumble through. Oh, I'm so sorry. My apologies here. I thought I had it all ready to go, and I just didn't, I guess. So I thought I was ready to go, and my apologies for the hiccups and the baubles. See, that's all stuff that gets edited out in the edited versions. We'll have a lot to edit today. Cacophony is a sound. Oh, cacophony is a noun that you got to read it the right way. Don't alienate people who can be helpful to you. Flinging happiness all over the place. Alrighty, back to work. I think we got it this time.